Hi guys, my name is Nina Means. I'm the director for Austin Community College Fashion Incubator, and we are watching ACCFI Presents. I am here with Skylar Johnson. He is a part of our first cohort of the Design in Residence program here at the Fashion Incubator here in Austin, Texas. And we can't wait to get a chance to introduce you to this incredible designer and creative director. Skylar, welcome.
Hi there. How are
Hey.
y'all today?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for asking. We're really excited to have you. One of the things that I really appreciated about Skylar is that he's always been a very self-directed designer, so much so that he was self-taught. So Skylar, can you tell us a little bit about your journey of learning how to create garments really from scratch?
Yeah, so I'd always had a real strong interest in fashion growing up, and I grew up in a household where my mom was really particular about how I went out looking. I couldn't go out sloppy. I had to iron my clothes every morning. It was how we presented ourselves was a real key factor growing up. And I also grew up in a real DIY household. There was never a repairman at my house. If something broke, somebody in my family just broke into it and started doing it. There was never any fear about it. It was just something you did. And so in my late 20s, I was realizing there wasn't the athletic apparel out there that I wanted. No matter where I looked, no matter where I shopped, I couldn't find the colors I wanted. I couldn't find the fits and the cuts I was interested in. And so my wife had a serger sitting there, and I thought I could figure that out. So since then, I've sought out a lot of mentoring and a lot of knowledge from people here in Austin, which I've been lucky enough to get. I've been to LA. I've been out on the East Coast to factories trying to figure out how people do this, and just trying to solve the problem.
That's so awesome. I remember when I met you, Skylar, you had just told me that you'd gone out to Merrow on the East Coast. Can you tell me a little bit about that experience, what that was like going out to the manufacturer?
That was really exciting for me. I'd been excited about their products. I had known that they've been a manufacturer since the 1830s of sewing machines. It's still a family-owned business, so I was really eager to go out there and learn more about their products. I went there to get one of their active seam machines, which is a new type of stitch for activewear that I'm really excited about utilizing. But one of the things I liked most about going there was that I got to meet the people who make the machines and hear from the engineers how they best use it, what the best practices for designing towards this construction technique is. And just meeting those type of people was really exciting for me, and getting to know more about the other people in the fashion industry that are kind of behind the scenes that a lot of people don't get to know. For a lot of people, fashion is just the surface of it, but it's like a boat, it's like a sailing ship. There's just so many components. There's so much below deck, and I'm really curious about all that stuff.
That's awesome. I am a firm believer that curiosity leads to some of the best design. And, I am so interested to find out from you, what really inspired you the most to really take this path. And, whenever I know you said that your mom was really particular about how you guys put yourselves together, but why fashion? Why now?
So I've always been interested in communicating with people, and really effectively communicating and having control of the message that I wanted to send to people. And so I realized that clothes are prime to that. It's the, like, after your skin, it's the most fundamental physical manifestation of yourself that you present to people. And your clothes can really tell a story about you, whether you want to or not. Absolutely. And so I didn't want to have a haphazard approach to that. And like I said, I wasn't seeing the stuff that really communicated what I wanted to communicate to people out there in the market. And so I'd taken the path of a personal trainer for a long time. And I worked at a gym, and I saw these people, and I could tell they weren't expressing what they wanted to express. They would feel uncomfortable in the stuff they were wearing, particularly adults. they'd go to the gym, and they looked a lot like high school kids. And I would have clients, and a big obstacle was, what am I going to wear? I feel odd.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I figured I can help these people. I can solve this.
Absolutely. I love that. It's not just inspiration from, daily life. It's also, really looking to solve a problem. People are looking for, like, what am I going to wear to take care of myself? That's really cool. I'm really curious about, the collection that you're creating now. Like it's your life as, a trainer, and being able to, like, connect with people in this particular space of athletic wear, and learning how to use the mirror machines and the active stitch machines. How are you translating that experience into the line that you're creating now?
So, a shift into what I'm doing now is, I've been affected by COVID like everyone else. And my job has changed. Where I spend my time has changed. My family dynamic is different. We're all together all the time now. And so for me, I've shifted my line from more athletic focused to more of your work and home focus. Uh, my athletic life, which used to be more at the gym, more at the track, more at the field, it's all home nowadays. I don't go to the gym. I don't have that same need, but I still have a need for fitness. I still have a need to look professional. But now those things just happen in tandem. I'm at home, and I've got a phone call, that a Zoom meeting I have to get on, and then next I've got to help my kid with her homework, and then I need to get some exercise, or I'm typing for 2 hours, and I have to take a stretch break.
Hmm.
And these are kind of new problems for me that I didn't have in my previous work schedule. And so even for my own personal life, I'm realizing I need to make apparel that's going to fit this. These are new circumstances.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that you're right. You're describing, really, like, you're ripping a page out of everyone's book. It's so much so that we're, like, seamlessly going from one activity to another, and we still need to be able to do that in a way that makes sense for our current lifestyle. It's so challenging. COVID has really accelerated a lot of things, in the business world. Maybe things are going more digital. We're sitting in front of our computers more. We're having this conversation at a
Hmm.
distance. But then you're right. It's like, but you still have the rest of your life. You've got your kids, you've got your wife, you've got your, family needs, house is always calling. I'm sure there's
Hmm.
something to fix around the house. That's the way it is around here. So you're right. There's, like, such a need to kind of constantly move around. So tell me, can you unpack a little bit more about the brand ethos, and, like, what kind of product you're looking to bring to the market?
Yes. So right now, we're working with the brand Talisman as our name, and this came from me wanting to have things that I could focus on, items that could bring my mental state to where I want it to be, and that could also communicate that to other people. So I wanted, when I came up with the name Talisman, I wanted people to have an item that they could center themselves around when they were presenting themselves, particularly uh, now online. The above the keyboard phenomenon, where we all need to look good from here up.
Right.
Uh, Talisman came about because I realized that I had certain pieces in my wardrobe that I really liked, and when I put on those pieces, I felt a different way, and I would put those on when I knew I needed to be ready for something. When I would go compete at track meets, I had a certain pair of shorts I always wore because they made me faster. Um, you know, when I would go to meetings, a lot of times I would have a certain pair of socks and a certain shirt I would wear, and I would feel really good. And so I realized that there's a power in certain items, these like hero items in your wardrobe. And I thought, why not have a line just hero items? But what I wanted is a creative line where the pieces made you feel that way, where you put them on and you knew that you had taken your game up a little bit by putting them on. They help you get in that headspace and to feel comfortable with what you're doing because you knew you had the best you could have on.
I love that. I think that's so important. I think sometimes we underestimate being prepared, with our armor, what we put on our body as much as what we've done, in here, it's like kind of makes a connection from the inside to the outside. What kind of evolution in menswear are you trying to accomplish? Like, where do you see the opportunity here?
I think there's a huge opportunity in menswear, and I think particularly right now, this is these crazy times are a catalyst for change. And so in that, of all the things that come out of this, hopefully one thing maybe I can contribute to is changing the way we dress a little bit. So much of menswear, the traditional business apparel, it's rooted in a different time, in a different society, based on hierarchies and formality. And that's not what digital professionals want or are looking for in the 21st century. It's a very much diverse workforce. And I don't think the traditional business apparel reflects the new worker.
I would agree.
And then the working from home thing just totally, this is the opportunity to throw that old playbook out.
That's awesome.
Suits and tailoring methods from the 19th century. There's a place for that, but day to day in my personal work life, they feel like they're in the way.
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. So what does that mean in terms of the product? I would love to hear you talk a little bit more about like where the product is going, what we could expect to see, from your work. Tell us a little bit more about it, because I think we want a little preview.
Sure. So right now I'm looking into and doing a lot of investigation about fabrics and fibers and trying to find exactly the right mill that can deliver the quality that we're looking for. We need something that's made responsibly. We need something that's made, that includes being sustainable, but it also includes being the most comfortable fabric you can find, something that's going to fit you well. And so much of this, I think people forget with clothing, it's a story of technology. People forget because clothing seems so basic, but it's a technology. And so much of that business apparel that people liked in the past, that was cutting edge, 150 years ago. Those fabrics, those construction techniques, they were the best you could get. Right. But somehow, the business infrastructures haven't caught up with the ready-to-wear phenomenon. And that was a long time ago. And since then, in the last 15 years, there's so many more new technologies for constructing garments, for fabrics. And I just think there's a lot of low-hanging fruit that is out there to be capitalized on.
That's awesome. We can't wait to see it. Seriously, I think you're one of the brands where we're really evolving with your development. And, you showed us a beautiful group of, it looks like you're wearing one of your shirts today, I think.
Yeah, I am. Thanks.
Just a really wonderful spread of different athletic, casual tops and bottoms and tights and all of these things. But I'm really excited to see the evolution kind of into, what did you call your customer? It was
digital professionals.
The digital professional, yes, the digital professionals wardrobe, for working from home. So this is going to be really exciting to see, and we can't wait to share with you guys, all of Skylar's developments with his new line. Whenever you think about your business goals here, Skylar, what would you like to see with your brand, specifically as you're growing here at the ACC Fashion Incubator?
So with the incubator, a few things. One thing I was really excited about is just getting access to the knowledge and experience of all the people involved at the incubator. And so that was really exciting for me to have access to all these experienced people. And then secondly, I'm very excited about the prototyping opportunities with the Z1 cutter and all the manufacturing equipment there. That's really exciting to have an opportunity to so quickly see your ideas come to fruition. So there's that. And then a third thing I would like to get out of the incubator is to get more experience, access, and I would like to get closer to facilities that would allow us to engage in a superior manufacturing process, something that's more efficient, more responsible, and more responsive to consumers. There's not a need to make 1,000 units overseas speculatively for what people may or may not want. I think consumers are a little more niche. People want a more tailored product. And so I think smaller batch manufacturing is key to that. And so developing a lean, responsible manufacturing and distribution pipeline is a key goal of mine. Without the incubator, I could have just called up, an agent and overseas and given somebody some money and they would have sent me a product back that I had designed. But I'm really interested in creating something better than that.
That's exciting. And we can't wait to see what you create. Skylar, you are uniquely motivated and talented, and we really believe in you as a designer and creative director. We've really seen so much evolution and, just literally like huge steps. Like you guys have got to see Skylar's ability to create and redesign and redevelop incredible research, incredible product development. So we can't wait to see all the great things that come out of your work here at the Incubator. One of the things that I really appreciate that you shared about is something that we're able to bring through Gerber technology is a lot of our manufacturing hardware and software is really as a result of our partnership with Gerber. So over $13 million worth of equipment, hardware and software. We're really fortunate for the partnership to be able to see that continue to develop and grow. To be able to do exactly what you're saying, create brands and products that are closer to the customer and the customer's actual demand. So can't wait to see all the different ways that you leverage those resources to build your company.
I'm excited.
Awesome. So whenever you look at, your vision for the future, what do you see?
I would like to be involved in I've mentioned this before, but more responsible manufacturing. I want to get away from the huge environmental impact at a low value proposition. Clothes are essential. That's not going away, and they're going to have an impact on the environment. That's just physics. But I would like to be a part of the solution towards minimizing that, to getting it to being closer to sustainable. And I'd also like to be a part of reestablishing the connection between value and function with the garments. There's a huge disconnect between, I think, a lot of the luxury brands between the price that they claim or that they demand and the real value that you might derive from the product. I guess value is in the eye of the beholder, but I want to tie construction and quality to value again.
That's great. That's great. Honestly, you're checking all my boxes. I can't wait to see the product. This is really exciting. The idea of it being much more focused, connecting construction and value, really connecting to your customer. This is really where I believe fashion needs to be going in general, but, hats off to you for taking it to the next level with your brand.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we've kind of come to the end of our time already. I can't believe our time. It flies by here. I feel like it takes just a moment to get to around 30 minutes of us getting a chance to chat. But guys, I really wanted to allow you to get a chance to meet Skylar and his work. And, we look forward to seeing everything that it becomes. We'll have to do a check-in to see some of the product as it's being developed and some of the really great materials that you're bringing forward for your customer that's expecting that construction and value experience. So we will definitely be able to circle back with Skylar and check back in to see how he's doing as a part of the program and what new exciting things are happening as he's creating his product. I'd love to see some of that process and share those things in the future. So guys, thanks so much for joining us. This has been ACCFI Presents, and Skylar, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for your time, Nina. Thanks for chatting.
Absolutely. All right. Well, guys, you know where to find us, social media and our email list. We'll be sharing that information here on our video. So feel free to check that link and follow us on YouTube, and we will catch up with you guys soon. All right. Thanks.